We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this.
And what this is from Parker Gourmet, which is a spin-off, I believe, of Angry Goat. It is the smoked maple habanero mustard. And another not great contrast here on the label. Where's the ingredients? Here we go. All right. So we are with yellow mustard. We have smoked Vermont maple syrup, granulated garlic, smoked habanero powder, and smoked paprika. So I will say that it took me a bit to kind of, I guess, get it with the smoked ghost, but I enjoyed that mustard really thoroughly. The more I got into it, the more I liked it. And I saw there was a habanero version, and I thought, well, to round out grill season 2023, this would be a good pickup. So they're calling it medium heat. I really doubt that. I mean, the ghost pepper was not, for me anyway, not hugely overwhelming in terms of heat. And so I cheated a little bit here, guys, and you'll see why coming up in this video. But very nice coloration. It's sort of this almost a sunflower sort of golden yellow color. The same as the smoke ghost, and I think that probably is due to the smoky components darkening the mustard a bit. So here it is with contrast with a white spoon. Mustard, I'm so used to yellow, I think that anything that's not bright yellow kind of jars me a little bit. Like I've had plenty of stone grounds in my time, but it always kind of, that sort of in between is always kind of throws me a little bit initially, but it looks fine. And if this is anything like the smoked ghost, I know what I'm in for, and that is a delicious ride. So let's not take any more time here. Let's just get on into it. Immediately get that smokiness. It's got, this actually, this has almost as much of a punch as the ghost did. That is interesting. I wasn't expecting that. And since it's habanero, we might even get a building effect. That would be kind of cool. This one I'm not getting as much of the maple as I did in the other one, but possibly it's top of the jar and it's not mixed as thoroughly as the other one was by the time I got halfway down. That's where it really became memorable for me. That could be the case here, that it just, there's some separation. When I opened this, there was definitely a pool, and I tried to mix it in together as best I could, but it's a little hard when you first open jars and there's just not room for that. So, I keep doing this because I find endless entertainment in the idea of a tower. I mean, it's more a pyramid of brats, tower of brats, and today I was contemplating, I'm not going to eat all these right here at the moment, but I was contemplating that as I was grilling these, if it would be even possible for me to eat like 10 of these. Not in the summer. There's no prayer of that happening. But maybe, maybe in the winter on a good day. The problem with trying to do it in winter is that I really only like brats grilled. I'm not a huge fan of them boiled or anything like that. So not being able to grill them in winter, and my grill is not anywhere capable of that. Not being able to grill them in winter presents a huge dilemma because I couldn't have them the way I wanted, and I think I would struggle. Like, look, these things they're enormous. These are huge. And I think probably as I got, probably a little bit after the halfway point, when you start to get tired of the flavor, I think I think the struggle will become really, really, really real, especially if I couldn't also have them grilled. But the concept I find kind of entertaining, the whole, Tower of Brats thing. Put that there. All right. Okay, and this is the Arizona brats that I've had on this channel before. That whole tower was $10. I mean, you can't beat that with a bat. They're good brats too. They're not great. I've certainly had better, but I have certainly had worse as well. What is the best I've had is a really good question. There's a company called Colosimo that was making some excellent sausages. I don't know if they're still around. Johnsonville, I think, are just okay. I mean, I think they're probably actually a little bit below these. The stadium brats maybe a little bit above. Regular brats maybe a little bit below, but they've got a lot of good variations. Johnsonville doesn't make a bad sausage either. Just an absolute delight. Another fantastic mustard. These Parker Gourmets, I think you probably have to go to the Angry Goat website to order them, I believe. But they are well worth taking the time to do that. And there is some website exclusive sauces as well. Hot sauces. And they've covered a few of them. You guys can check it out at the blog, the link to which is in the description below if you would care to read more.
My goodness.
This is as close to perfection, I think, as we can get here with those brats and this mustard. Obviously, if we had better brats, it would be more perfection, but seriously fantastic. Really, really, really good. Got the nice caramelization. Got that little bit of flavor that only grilling can really give you. Well, I shouldn't say grilling, open fire. Because if you're using charcoal, you could get an equal effect, I think, if not a better one. Maybe a Traeger, do some nice smoking. That was certainly a delight. Definitely an outstanding mustard. All right. So, I guess we should get into why I cracked this jar open in the first place. And that is, yes, because of this tortilla. Well, maybe not just the tortilla. We've also got this Tupperware. I'm making a burrito with Tupperware. I'm not doing that. Okay, what's inside is a very nice egg salad that I made earlier. Now, the reason I did this was because, honestly, I am not a fan of warm egg salad. So I wanted to give it time to cool a bit in the fridge before shooting this. So that's why I was in there. And you have to warm up the skin a little bit to get the roll right. So I'm already adding a little bit of heat to things, but eggs were made fresh this morning. Before it gets to be a bazillion degrees. We are at the front end of summer right now, and it is already getting right up to temperatures we wouldn't see till mid to late summer. So in terms of climate, we're in the apocalypse. Which I wasn't sure I was ever going to see in my lifetime. All right. So this particular egg salad is going to be a mess. That I'm sure of. Might need that fork back, actually. All right. Where's the spoon? Okay, so burrito. Nice little fiber burrito as usual. And so this is not a very complex egg salad. It is basically eggs and pickles, a little bit of mayo, and the mustard right there. Man. That little bit of smokiness that's in there. Uh-oh. I don't want my cowl. Can't tell if I hit it or not. Let's see, let's pull that back. There we go. Delicious. Just absolutely wonderful. Here's the one problem when trying to do this with egg salad though. It is really difficult to get a consistency, for me anyway, the way I like to have them, where it's going to stay in place. I could get a dill relish, relatively low moisture, and I could cut down on the mayo probably a little bit, and I mean there's not as much mustard in there as mayo, but I like a certain taste profile with my egg salad. And if it's sloppy, then so be it. Part of the challenge trying to figure out how to navigate this. Naturally, as I like to do, I put way too much in there. This also makes excellent deviled eggs, which I gave some thought to making. In hindsight, maybe I should have went with that. So delicious. I must have just got a hot burst because I would say this is actually notably less hot than the Ghost now at this point. And I would put it probably just right around a legit one. It is also very nice in potato salad. Hot dogs, burgers, it's all around great mustard. Oh boy, I'm losing the battle here, guys. I suppose that's why you see egg salad on bread most of the time. You know, so that the bread has a chance to soak up some of the moisture. But they're also probably keying it towards being less sloppy. Which clearly is not too high on my list of concerns. Alright. Balls. Okay. That's too much. Too much. I'm wearing too much of it. Let's put this to bed here. Really excellent. Flavor-wise, it is fantastic. Truly, truly delicious. Wow. You know, I'm looking forward to when I can mix this better because I'm getting now it's starting to rev up a little bit again. So I'm wondering, I'm gonna call it. I mean, it's probably somewhere between a 1 and a 2. It's definitely hotter than 1, but I wouldn't say it's quite to a 2. And I think the big question now is kind of, is this one or is the Ghost better? And I will say the flavor profile is very, very similar. I enjoyed the Ghost a lot. I thought the Ghost was slightly sweeter, a little bit hotter. I so far, but I just barely opened this, so it's not fair. But I did like the Ghost a lot. If I was going to buy them again, I would probably buy the Ghost over this one. But this one is, there's nothing wrong with this. This is an excellent, excellent, excellent mustard. One of the better spicy mustards I've had. Just as that Ghost was, after I kind of, it took me a minute, but after I kind of, I don't know, almost grew into it, I guess. After I just sort of picked up, I started to click with it. That, I look forward to having it. And sometimes I'd forget it was there, and I'd be looking for a mustard, and I'd spot the jar in there, and I'd be just thrilled, just pleasantly surprised. I am sweating beyond my mask. It's really hot where I am. So I'm really pleased to be able to have that once again in my fridge. Just fantastic stuff. And of course, Jason Parker over there at Angry Goat, the master of brilliance as far as putting stuff together, and an absolute other banger again with this one. So if you're a little leery of jumping into a Ghost right away, then this is actually a pretty good alternative, because if you can handle this one, the Ghost will be a really fairly small step. This, I will notice though, I will note, it can get a lot punchier than any of the commercial hot mustards, and certainly it is definitely notably punchier than even some of the hotter ones out there. So, but a very good concoction here. The smoke works extremely well on this, and it's just got a really good, solid, round mustard flavor to it. There's a little hint of sweetness in there. It's gorgeous, just beautiful. So definitely well worth a trip to Angry Goat if you don't see it on a shelf somewhere, which is honestly kind of unlikely. So, but anyway, there it is, the Parker Gourmet Smoked Maple Habanero Mustard. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.